The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
The Jazz coming down the tunnel earlier, ready to do battle. He is doing a great job. Thank you, DA. Get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at Utah, advantage in one series. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
Right now, for the Jazz, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward spot. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Conley gets the bucket. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs.
Right.
So, you know, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team because they're the 4th seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
Now, here's Mitchell. That's tipped. They recover it. Back to Ingles. Kicks it out to Mitchell. No good on the triple. And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Dort. Covered by Mitchell. Back to Paul. From deep. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, the way Paul measures up those deep shots when he has time, accuracy.
The 8-footer, O'Neal. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Lays it up off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more comfortable where he can score on the floor.
Down low. Gobert against Adams. And Gobert kicks to Conley. The Jazz with another miss.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
For the Jazz, Clarkson comes in for Mitchell, and it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Noel's checked in. Here's Gobert. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower. Probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those 2 needs better than anyone in the league.
Ferguson misses.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Niang passes to Clarkson. 1:44 left in the first quarter. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Pass to Clarkson. Niang kicks to Moutier. The Jazz working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. No good off the back of the rim. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Passes to Diallo. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
That one good for 2.
Like the explosiveness of Moutier there, powering through the defense on that difficult finish.
Schroeder against Moutier. Now here's Noel. Not a lot of room. And the pass to Ferguson. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Niang passes to Clarkson. And Gobert kicks to Niang. Pass to Clarkson. He dishes it to Gobert. Utah needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Diallo. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Here's Schroeder. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Davis. Back to Moutier. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Thunder out in front. They're up by 5. And Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is...
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives them a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
On the floor for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second quarter. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Robertson. Then it's Mike Muscala, and there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Mitchell, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. Davis, the pass to Mitchell. Now, here's Clarkson, defended by Robertson. 5 on the clock. Back to Clarkson, passes it to Mitchell. Over Noel, and it's Mitchell missing. The Thunder with the lead.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Baseline J on the way. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Thunder leading by 4. 18 feet out, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Schroeder's got his first points in this one. Right nowadays, teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
This offense just continues to impress.
The pass to Conley. Davis kicks to Mitchell. Now, here's Clarkson, defended by Robertson.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Baseline jumper. Noel, great positioning on the putback. Noel's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Schroeder against Conley. Shoots over Schroeder. Here's Davis. Nice work on the board. It's paying off at the basket.
Well, that's a refreshing workman's approach to the game. Davis there beats everyone on the rebound and then finishes strong.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically. But certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Ball against Conley. Here's the lob to Adams. Stolen by Michael Conley. Here's Mitchell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Thunder with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Utah Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
Wow, lane opened up and Moutier goes in there with a vicious attack.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Gallinari trying to get open. And Paul gets it to go in.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
That's exactly what you want Moutier doing. Seeing the open man and firing that pass over to him for the clean look.
Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the dish to Adams. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 5. And now... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll in that. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Dort, he's off on that one. O'Neal with the defensive effort. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D-Wade with how he plays.
Well, great instincts of Paul there, solid at creating havoc in the open court and then coming up with a steal.
Gallinari against Mitchell. The rebound by Steven Adams. The Thunder leading by 7. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Here's Dort, guarded by O'Neal. Pulls up on the wing. Again, the Thunder score.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. For the Jazz, George Niang, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. And then for Oklahoma City, Noel's checked in for Adams. Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Davis is checked in for Utah. Schroeder surveying the floor. Now, here's Robertson. He's covered closely, feeds it to Gallinari, and it's good for 2. Gallinari's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
Gallinari gathers his rhythm. He simply rises up and nails the interior shot.
Clarkson dishes to Davis. Back to Clarkson. Kicks it to O'Neal. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And Gallinari throws it down.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
On up the court, and he goes in for the dunk.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact, and there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic. You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Hands of the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last.
Well, let's see the stat sheet here on Mike Conley. He's been more than solid over the last month, averaging about 15 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Jazz trail by 13. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Now, here's Ingles. He's covered by Muscala. Shoots from the right block and stolen by Diallo. 1:16 left in the third. Noel trying to break loose. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to O'Neal. Gobert against Noel. It's good, and the Thunder lead is get back down to 13 points, and that one coming from Gobert. The drive by Schroeder. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Schroeder's got 7.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Ferguson for three. Good on the triple. Ferguson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. High post, Gobert. Lays it up and banks it in. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Diallo inside. He's covered by Clarkson. Shot good by Diallo.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Moutier, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
The effort by Moutier to get physical inside is what ultimately forced the defense to foul him there. At his size, he can do that.
And Utah making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Diallo. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Here's Moutier. He's got 6. Inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
When you run the pick and roll that way, everything becomes just that much easier. Capped off by Moutier, delivered.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action after this word. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And Diallo in at the 3, the small forward. You know, Brett, there may be more of an emphasis on team defense than ever before. Who are some of the better help defenders that you've scouted in the NBA?
I put Rudy Gobert #1 on this list because when you think about help defense, usually you're yelling it from the perimeter. And the reason that you're yelling it, Kevin, is that the player that you were trying to instruct or move a certain way has gotten by you. And the help call out is for somebody to be at the basket. And Rudy Gobert does that better than anybody in the league. That's why the Utah Jazz have a chance to grow and go deeper into the playoffs. They got a back line of defense in Gobert that's pretty tremendous.
You love the guys, and Beverly might be in this category, and Smart might be in this category. They can guard down low. They give a little hedge out top, and then they get back down again where they're supposed to be.
Well, those guys do a great job of harassing out there.
Yes,
so it's a little bit different in terms of help defense, on-ball defense, the way that Beverly and Marcus Smart and Paul George to that end are able to pester guys. That's one thing, but I'm yelling help because something's gone terribly wrong. Give me Gobert to fix that.
Clock at 4. Mitchell passes to Conley. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. George Niang, he's checked in for O'Neal. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Paul. Here's Dort. Makes it off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 18.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Ingles can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. He gets it in there. Dort's got 4 points in the quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Always going up for the alley-oop here.
And their balanced effort at both ends
has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Can they get it? That's good for Mitchell on the assist by Conley. 11 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. D right on him. Shot from the wing. Dort misses. Jazz trail by 19. Mitchell kicks to Niang. And the Jazz another three.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
Paul surveying the floor. To the right side. Here's Dort. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Dort's got 9 points now in just the second half. Pass to Ingles. Beyond the arc. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles. O'Neal's check in for the Jazz.
Royce O'Neal.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Paul passes to Dort. Back to Paul. From downtown. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Conley. The wide open look here for Ingles. It's hauled in by Adams.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's the Jazz's ball. Trailing by 19. Jazz passing it around. To the inside. Here's Bradley. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Dennis Schroeder. Here's Nader. No good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
RPM check benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to the special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA 2K21 demo.
Sacramento, California, the backdrop for the Thunder. Perhaps the best player from Italy ever to play in the... Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports. DA, a little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fox.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses
are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the 5. Adams, the pass to Gallinari. Hammers the alley-oop through. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of it?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing it, adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games.
Very interesting. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And so just over a minute and a half played. Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
You got to appreciate how assured Paul is. He takes pride in torching the deep on the catch and shoot.
Now here's Fox. Last game he had 28 points. High post try. Bielitsa misses.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression.
And stolen by Bielitsa. Barnes passes to Holmes. No good on the shot. Some solid D from Paul. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Second shot opportunity. Here's Adams. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. For Sacramento, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Fox passes to Bielitsa. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Again, the miss by the King.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, not everyone has Steph Curry's shooting ability. I'd be surprised. I'd be hurt if he tries another one like that again.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes, and it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdanovich. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
We've got 1:28 left in the first. Shot clock at 6. Shot by Joseph, no good.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Oh, textbook defense. I mean, it took a good angle to the shooter and bothered the release.
Here's Len. Again, the miss by the Kings. The Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. He logs up the alley-oop pass, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. There's 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Hield with the bucket.
A genuine sniper from distance. Hield's three-point stroke is as good as it gets.
So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Pelicans. Out to the right wing. Back to Schroeder. Over Joseph. And that one's good. Schroeder. The Kings trail by 3. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Joseph against Schroeder. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
And Hield is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the pass. The D can't afford to play off of.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Joseph. Seconds left to play here in the first. To the paint. Here's Ferguson. The dish to Schroeder. It's good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
It's been a sort of long.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Thunder 5 right now. They've got Muscala. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Andre Robertson. Then there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Ferguson in at the 3 slot. Got that bucket in no time at all. That's now 8 points for Buddy Hield.
Hield has a beautiful jump shot. Love how it just glides softly off his hand.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got and be more patient?
Are you kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me go out. This is why I need a psychologist because, hey, when I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard, and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. And so, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted and it's based upon their expectations, and their expectations may not be based in reality.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. And here's Barnes for 3. Offensive rebound.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Listen, you can count on Paul to find the open man. His court awareness is simply off the charts.
Feeds it to Robertson. Holmes with the steal. Hield outside. And finished off by Parker.
You talk about heart. Parker is no stranger at battling through contact and challenges. I mean, it's what's really defined his career.
And some changes here for the Kings. Ielitsa, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Bogdanovich comes in for Hield, and it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Here's Adams, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Adams has got his second basket of the night. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And though Chris, he's known mostly for his shooting, Buddy Hield has been improving in other areas as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about ball handling, playmaking. I mean, they're notably better from early in his career. He's a solid rebounder who is definitely not a weak link on the defensive side as well.
It's Fox with the drive, and it's Fox with the jam.
Such an intelligent player. I mean, I love how Fox assesses these situations, and often he makes the right decision.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Lenz checked in for Parker. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Adams. Here's Gallinari. Tries it again. That shot, no good. Good D by Barnes. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. 1:44 left in the first half. Fox with it. He's picked up by Paul. Fox looking it over. Tries it from 19. And there it is for him. And now it's a 3-point Kings lead.
And if you give Fox the mid-range area, he'll take it. It's good seeing him improve from there.
Paul dishes to Adams. Shoots over Len. And Adams gets it to go down on the assist by Paul. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Gallinari. And what just drops your jaw, Chris, with Fox is just how quick he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's an absolute bullet once he gets out in transition. A good amount of his points come from just beating everyone else down the floor when he pushes the tempo.
Harry Giles is checked in for Sacramento. Ken Bazemore comes in for Bogdanovich. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Bielitsa.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play a little safer.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season. Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Here's Gallinari. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Gallinari's got 5 points so far.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Fox. He's got 8. Passes to Giles. Now Bazemore. Giles kicks it to Bazemore. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fox. And it's off from 3-point range. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Thunder have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. That's good from Muscala. So he gets them both.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
It's Fox with the drive. And that one drops for him. 10 points for him.
He's considered one of the quickest guys in the game. Fox, he really hurts defenses on these takes.
Ritter passes to Diallo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a what?
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was... And that...
Here we go now. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Kent Bazemore is out there with Giles, and it's Holmes in its center. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Here's Dort. Misses off the right iron. The Kings leading, and Bazemore kicks to Holmes. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Kings.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end. They've tailored their offense around him, and let me tell you, he loves playing in this system. Well, when you think about the Kings, you know they are going to let it fly. The team is loaded up on players deadly from outside. They've adapted and embraced the long ball era.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
From the baseline. No good there. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. And the shooting with this Kings team last season, Chris, a major strength, as you said.
Yeah, and their whole offense has benefited from it, Kevin. I mean, they were 4th in the league in three-pointers last year. Finding points won't be a problem for the Kings going forward.
Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't stuck in there and aren't tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up on some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I gotta get rest for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw. Come on, don't push me off this.
What was the response?
He pushed me into the basket.
That free throw, no good. Well, C-Web, Chris Paul can make some fancy passes every so often, but he's considered a great passer for making the right pass at the right time.
Yeah, Kevin, and you know, it always doesn't have to be about the no-look pass. I mean, Paul is effective by making simple, fundamental passes and keeping his turnovers down. As impressive as his assist totals are, they are even more incredible when you put them up by his low turnover numbers.
Barnes outside. And he comes up with the deuce. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Strong display of athleticism from Barnes. I love guys that aren't afraid to drive the lane and take some contact.
Ball is doubled. He's looking for Robertson and finds him.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And here's Bogdanovich. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. The shot from 20 feet away. Again, the Thunder score. 1:57 left in the third. Barnes outside to the middle. Parker passes to Holmes. And here is Barnes. Goes up to the stripe. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 8 rebounds in this game. To the inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Holmes passes to Hield. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander for the lead. Rebounded by Holmes.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, an all-around threat with a promising future. I mean, Bogdanovich has the tools and the drive. He can be a solid player in this league for many years.
Sacramento making some changes. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Bielitsa comes in for Jabari Parker. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Buddy Hield. And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's Ferguson, covered by Barnes. Ferguson, the pass to Diallo. 5 to shoot. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Kings leading now by 3.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
You just have to manage the clock correctly. Sometimes it's easier said than done if you also want to get a good look.
Ferguson for 3. Rebound by the Kings. Barnes outside, and Fox has it in the corner. Lenka kicks to Barnes. Back to Len, over Gallinari, and it's Len. That time on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got his 3rd assist on the night. Schroeder passes to Muscala. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Ferguson, covered by Barnes. The pass to Diallo, over Bogdanovich.
Well, you got to see more of this from Bogdanovich. It's important that he stays engaged and active on defense.
And so it's Sacramento heading to the bench. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Taking a look at the Thunder. Diallo out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Gallinari. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Ferguson in at the 3, the small forward. Diallo the pass to Ferguson. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And with the way they've been able to march right along in this season lately, I think they should be able to keep things going in this next stretch. Just come out with the same energy and discipline, and you should have some wins.
From deep, Gallinari. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And that's 10 points for Gallinari.
Another in the long line of big men who can drain the 3. That makes him a very tough cover.
Schroeder against Fox. The shot off that time, and Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And the Kings making a change here. Giles is checked in, and a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Fox gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Dort. Out to the wing. Here's Schroeder. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got rebound number 5 here tonight. They get a hand on it. Gallinari with the steal. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Knocked loose. 6 to shoot. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
That's an unforced error. That will drive a coach crazy. Got to play heads up out there.
And some changes here for the Kings. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Harry Giles. And Hield subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Noel's checked in. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 10-footer. And that's good for 2.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
It would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. Keep the pressure on.
That one drops for him.
This guy is a gamer. Hield's eyes light up when he gets the chance to take these shots.
The alley-oop layup, very well done.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end. So calm and collected in the big spots. Fox, he relishes being the guy to take huge shots for this team.
Passes it to Dort. Corner shot. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Here's Fox. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Fox has got 10 points in just the second half.
Evolving right before our eyes. When Fox puts it all together, so good.
Ball checked in for the Thunder. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Such quickness on the attack. Paul showing no fear driving in. He forces the issue every time.
And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of one thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical. Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Yeah, Kevin, this is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Here's Dort, covered by Barnes. And it's Paul missing.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that anyway.
Outside, Fox. Barnes outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Back to Hield. Pocket 6. Barnes kicks to Fox. And stolen by Noel. The lob to Gallinari. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Up top, Fox. Defended by Paul. Fox against Paul. Fox, no good. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
And he recovers it. It's stolen by Hield. And Belhita has it in the corner. Here's Fox. They get it again.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Tries again. It's off. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. It was up for grabs, right? David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
tech benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge, and here's nothing.
Well, if you ask them.
Terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3. And for Minnesota, Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. Now here's Beasley. Now the pass to Hernan Gomez. Towns with the bucket.
So polished, so assertive down low. Karl Anthony Towns comfortable in this area. Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Here's Russell following the basket by Chris Paul. Russell finds Towns. Back to Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Towns, no luck. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out in pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Timberwolves passing it around. Russell dishes to Towns. Adams, some nice D.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. After D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's a Kobe, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, that's how you bring out the best in your teammates. Towns is a prolific scorer, but guess what? He'll find you if you're open.
Ball against Russell. Shoots from the line, and it's off the back rim. No good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 8th in field goal percentage, 13th in rebounding. And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Gallinari right side. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Paul for 3. No good that time. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
And here now the Thunder after the basket by Minnesota. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Dort misses. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Okogie. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Doris, when you watch the game now, Biggs playing on the perimeter, who can really defend and hold their own outside the lane we've seen?
Well, you think about a guy at the rim like Clint Capella, who is a great shot-blocking force. But in today's NBA, he's got to be able to guard the pick and roll, make the necessary switch. And because Capella has got great feet, and because he can move laterally so quickly, he might be 6'10", 6'11", but he can get out and switch in the pick and roll. It is a thing of beauty to watch.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Back to Lehman. Poked away. Pass to Reed. The feed to Johnson. Pass to Culver. Here's Lehman. Here's Reed. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Thunder trailing by 4. And there's the pass to Noel. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, Nerlens Noel adding to his offensive repertoire. Soft-looking jumper from the big man.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
Ferguson with the second effort. And Noel lays it up and in. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it, never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Clearly a foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the night.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And he can't get the first one. Diallo, he's checked in for the Thunder. He hits the second from the line. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got his second basket.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Ferguson. And the wing jumper offline. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Timberwolves lead by 3. The second. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
Toughest position in the NBA night in.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Minnesota, James Johnson is out there with Lehman. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the 5 spot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. But he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, it's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peer.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Shooting for Minnesota, James Johnson. At the line for 2.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Minnesota on D. 3-point lead. Here's Schroeder. It's 3-pointers off the mark. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 41% for the game.
You know, one dilemma that jumps out at me with the Timberwolves, over the years, they have been an excellent offensive rebounding team. It's the other end, the defensive backboards, where they have had some problems. Okay, I've loved the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Reed gets the bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Schroeder finds Muscala. Now here's Noel. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Here's Noel. And Culver pulls it down.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And Doris, you're right. Over the last 5 seasons, the Timberwolves have been the absolute worst defensive rebounding team in the NBA.
And it's hard to understand, Kevin, because they have created second chance opportunities for themselves only to give it back on the other end. That's the kind of thing that can be demoralizing for your defense. You get a stop, but you don't finish the possession with a rebound. That can wear you out physically and mentally.
And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Noel.
Well, 6'11", Nerlens Noel, so efficient down deep, working his magic thanks to that great size.
And that one misses from Lehman. The Thunder have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Johnson left side, a 15-footer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Noel. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds in this game. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Alinari comes in for Muscala. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. That's a 2 from Paul. They grabbed their own miss. Adams off target at the rim.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Diallo with it. He's up against Beasley. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Russell's running. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. They get it back. Yep, that one goes in there. 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, how about the anticipation from Karl Anthony Towns? Beats everyone to the spot and goes right back up with it.
Ball passes to Adams, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
And stolen by Robertson. Oh, the lob to Gallinari.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Towns, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Towns has got 4 this quarter.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
And Adams kicks to Robertson. Now here's Diallo, covered by Beasley. Adams' shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that. Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Diallo, no good. Timberwolves leading by 3. Inside, it's deflected and finished off by Hernan Gomez.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Boy, Adams showing a bit of quickness on the drive. Fantastic athleticism for a guy his size.
It'll count. No good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Minnesota on top, up by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. And that'll about do it as we get...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Towns, he's really been playing well.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the 3.
How about the mobility for a 7-footer that Steven Adams has? Just outstanding sprinting the floor.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. It's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
Great insight.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Thunder trailing by 11. Feeds to Gallinari. Banked in off the glass. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Minnesota.
Here's a Kogi. 7 points in the game. And Towns throws it down.
Don't you love how Towns' hands are always ready to receive the pass? Terrific job on the pick and roll. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. Ferguson, the pass to Gilgeous Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Outside, Russell. He kicks it to Johnson. On its way from Beasley for 2. It's rebounded by Schroeder. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 11-point game. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Out left to the wing. Okogie, the pass to Towns. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shoots the 3. He doesn't hit that one. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Over Gallinari. Connects on the 9-footer. Johnson's got the lead up to 11 now for Minnesota.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Gilgeous Alexander. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over.
And a moment to see numbers for Danilo Gallinari. 12th in free throw percentage, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And he deserves credit for knocking down such a high percentage of his free throws. It's not a glamour part of the game, but incredibly important nonetheless. And the basket is good. Reeves got 8.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Right wing from past the arc. The shot by Lehman, no good. Thunder trailing by 13. Ferguson's shot is good. Ferguson's got his first basket.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot. I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
And for a franchise searching for stability, it doesn't help that the Wolves have had a number of head coaching changes.
Well, obviously, the Wolves aren't alone in that problem, Greg. I think it can be difficult to identify just the right kind of leadership. And when you do get someone like Greg Popovich or Eric Spoelstra or Rick Carlisle, you try to hold on for dear life.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Diallo, he's checked in for the Thunder. Timberwolves leading by 8. Here's a Kogi. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 9.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Culver. The shot from the low post is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Passes it to Ferguson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And it's Johnson penetrating. And Johnson with the stuff.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Good if it goes. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've excelled in the open court. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We got to now start to anchor down defensively.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got James Johnson, and it's Reed in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Over to the left wing. Russell from long range.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Paul dishes to Noel. To the paint. And Muscala kicks to Noel. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Ferguson, the pass to Noel. Takes a 3. Rebound by Okogie. Timberwolves leading by 14. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
He completely lost focus since the break, turning the ball over multiple times, and that's after no turnovers in the first half.
Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. Malik Beasley comes in for James Johnson. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Thunder. Paul outside from past the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency. And what a struggle it has been yet to convert a single shot from the field.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Russell passes to Okogie. Outside, Towns. Beasley outside. There's Russell with the 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
D'Angelo Russell is not afraid to make some big-time momentum-swinging shots. Nice to see him answer back right there. This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. Outside, Russell fires the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one. There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Okogie.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Shooting for Minnesota.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 9 points. Beasley with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And it's Russell missing.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Dort. A three-pointer off the mark.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Hernan Gomez finds Towns. Outside, Russell. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Good on the shot.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game. For many years, he's made everyone around him better.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. They get a hand on it. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Reason number one, CP3 is out there, making strong passes, keeping the offense flowing.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Kept alive.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Pass to Beasley. Down low. It's stolen by Adams. Here's the break. Here's Dort. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Yeah, easy call for the officials. Sometimes I think you can reach over without making contact, but that was not one of those times.
James Johnson's checked in for Minnesota.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
And it's Gallinari missing.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Paul for 3. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the pass to Okogie. That 3 off the mark.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
And the future Hall of Famer continues to get it done. Paul is a special point guard who just wants to win.
And the second of 2 is good. That trims the lead to 6.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Offensive rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Well, for the Timberwolves, they can just run out the clock here. Towns, the pass to Okogie. Russell kicks to Beasley. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good!
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
From deep three-point range, misses there. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
I'm going to go with the Lakers.
The Jazz couldn't have looked more confident as when they arrived. Well, you're right, D.A. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Utah. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Thunder. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And, you know, for the Thunder, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
See, this is where the better conditioning comes in. Rudy Gobert able to stay active.
Here's Dort, guarded by O'Neal. Dort passes to Adams. Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And Dort gets it to go. Well, Smitty, for players and teams that are out of the playoff hunt, how do they stay motivated here to go the rest of the season every night, every practice, every trip?
And I think that's when the organization, your captains, your coaches, you got to talk about being a pro. Sometimes you lose focus. You're not in the playoffs, and maybe your team that was supposed to be or not slated to be in the playoffs. You still are a professional. You have to have a professional approach. Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Paul dishes to Gallinari. Passes it to Dort. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Mitchell. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Mitchell passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time.
They double him with Mitchell. Gallinari wide open. No good with the triple. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. O'Neal against Paul, and taken away by Paul. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he dunks it down.
The quickness of Chris Paul isn't limited to just his offense. He is an amazing defender who can really rack up the steals.
He lobs it up.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. It's a three-point game. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
This is where you'll often find Gilgeous-Alexander. He definitely does work in the paint.
Conley scanning the floor. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Ingles. Shot clock at 5. Buries it down low.
Nice job by Ingles. Competes hard, tough. He's a glue guy. He helps keep this team together.
That's in there. Conley with the assist. Ingles has got 6.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Last season, Mike Conley became the Grizzlies' all-time leader in points scored. He was already first in assists, steals, and three-pointers.
Now, here is O'Neal, following the shot by Chris Paul. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Shoots from the high post. Again, the Jazz score.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 7. There's the pass to Dort. Clock at 6. Paul, no one around him. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The defense has to stay on Chris Paul. He has a quick trigger on the catch and shoot.
Pass to O'Neal. Mitchell outside. And there's the feed to Gobert. Passes it to Ingles. Jazz passing it around. Here's Mitchell. It's hauled in by Adams.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Count that bucket.
Nothing went right on that offensive possession except the result.
Conley the pass to Gobert. 1 second left. No good on the last second attempt there. And still a close. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the end.
The ups and downs of injuries and
great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
So on the floor for Utah, they've got Gobert. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Moutier. And there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the three. First one falls for him. When you look at the luxury tax structure, Smitty, it's now more expensive than ever to maintain a championship contending roster.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's the choice of a lot of these organizations. Some owners want to do it, some don't. But I think if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to open up your checkbook.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Utah leading. Baseline jumper. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Schroeder. Gobert with the block.
With plays like that, Gobert can start to get in your head. He covers so much ground.
Niang, and the basket good. A bank shot that time.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
Schroeder finds Noel for three. The Thunder with another miss. Utah leading by 6. Gobert the pass to Davis. Clarkson with the ball. Ferguson with the rebound. Moutier against Schroeder. Pass to Muscala. Over Davis. Hands the 12-footer.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Clarkson. They get the rebound. Gobert. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
You see what that little pump fake does? It gives the defender something to think about the next time he goes to challenge Gobert's shot.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. You know, it's tougher to get recognition in a small market like Utah, Smitty. Rudy Gobert says he has to do 3 times as much to draw attention.
And at the same time, his focus is still on team and winning. His leadership is very important to them. I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
To the paint. Great D that time from Davis.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
Niang kicks to Moutier. The pass to Davis. Back to Moutier. Here's Niang. Lets it go from deep. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. And it's an 11-point Utah lead.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Muscala, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Muscala's got his second bucket.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Nice shot by Gobert.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
The Jazz on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Moutier. .25 left in the first half of basketball. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And when Gobert cuts like that, it's over for the defense. For a big man, his mobility is unreal.
Throws it up high and slam dunk by Noel.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Lobbed up there for Schroeder.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Now, Gobert, 12 points for him. It's rebounded by Robertson. Schroeder, left side. And Robertson has it in the corner. Fires the three. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Noel finds Schroeder. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. 6 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And so it's the Utah Jazz bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're feeling very confident. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Some incredible work in this one by Rudy Gobert. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds. And that'll...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. O'Neal misses. Thunder trailing by 7.
And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The two things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
Gobert against Adams. Pass to O'Neal. 5 on the clock. Over Paul. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Here's Dort. Offline with his 3. Jazz leading by 7. From deep, Ingles hits the 3-point bomb. Ingles has got 9 points.
This is what Ingles gives you. Good size in the backcourt, high energy, and unbelievable touch from range.
Here's Paul. Adams trying to free himself up. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And the Thunder making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw of the night. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
Despite his slim frame, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is showing enough strength to take the hit and complete the play.
Ingles dishes to Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Mitchell. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
First team foul.
Utah leading by 3. And here's Conley outside. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebound advantage is starting to add up.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Pass to Diallo. For the tie. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Mitchell. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 5.
You have to box out Rudy Gobert, and if you don't, he will dunk it with force.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And no good that time. The Jazz go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. P.J. Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Diallo. Rebound by Mitchell. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Back to Ingles. Nice ball movement by Utah. And that one, good. Gobert's got 16 points.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Stolen by O'Neal. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Finished off the break. Now it's a 7-point Jazz lead.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one hits back iron.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. The Thunder have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Gallinari passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Adams. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Jazz up by 7. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the...
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity, okay?
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Joe Ingles. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Emmanuel Mudiay. Then there's Davis, and it's Niang in at the 4. And he knocks down the first one. All 3 throws good from Noel.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Here's Davis. It's good. And the Jazz lead by 7. The Thunder shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Deflects the pass. There's Noel, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Noel's got 4 points now in the quarter. Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, two-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide. Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
Utah leading by 5. The pass to Ingles. Ring shot on the way. Thunder with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds in this game. Puts up a 3. Robertson can't hit. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Clarkson passes to Niang. Kicks it to Mudia. Over Muscala. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Thunder trailing by 5. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Not one to back down inside. Schroeder likes to get right into the teeth of the defense.
Pass to Mudia. Count it.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Passes to Ferguson. Over Ingles. Ferguson misses.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Muscala, and the shot goes down.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Ingles kicks to Davis. Back to Ingles. Off the left rim and out. Oklahoma City trailing. Inside. It's good from Schroeder on the assist from Robertson. 8 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Self-confidence, a huge part of his game. Schroeder never doubts his abilities.
Davis down low. He's covered by Muscala. And it's Davis missing.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And it's Schroeder missing. Jazz leading by 3. Clarkson finds Ingles. Back to Clarkson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Davis. The Jazz with another miss. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ferguson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Here's Mitchell. Adams, a nice D. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Over to the wing. Here's Dort, guarded by O'Neal. Yes!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Shot left block. Another miss by Utah. And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Ferguson, the pass to Dort. Ferguson kicks to Gallinari. Here's Adams. It's good.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on...
Get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, there's the Kings. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And, you know, for the Thunder, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed. And that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there at Bielitsa, and it's Holmes in at the center. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Fox goes in, and it's Fox with the jam.
Oh, that gets everybody fired up. The point guard, De'Aaron Fox, up on the rim. The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac along with Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
And Holmes throws it down.
Just getting more and more court awareness and where guys are at all times is De'Aaron Fox.
Here's the lob to Adams. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, not many times does Adams get his number called for plays like that, but the oop there looked good.
And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group. Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Adams. A jump hook. It's deflected. Barnes right side. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder.
You think about Harrison Barnes when he won an NBA championship in his 3rd year in the league after being the 7th pick in the 2012 NBA draft.
And Holmes throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
They get it again. Here's Adams, and the rejection by Holmes. Knocked away. Bogdanovich looking around. And there's Fox. That's good on the assist from Bogdanovich. And that's now 6 points for De'Aaron Fox. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot-up 3. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
Here's Paul. Sacramento making their last shot. Here's Noel, and the rejection by Holmes. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the shot is good.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a unique frame at his size and an intriguing scorer.
Passes it to Holmes, and Holmes throws it down.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome.
And here now the Thunder after the Kings pick up 2.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such growth in his first year, continues to show he's learning this game.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of this one. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. You know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's Ferguson. After the Kings pick up 2, Muscala finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmes with the steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Joseph, that's good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Whose man's is this?
Schroeder passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Overhealed. Bank shot. No good. It's picked off. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's the Sacramento Kings sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Right back after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Kings here, they've been really putting on a show, guys.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for Oklahoma City right now, Nerlens Noel is out there with Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in at the shooting guard position. Schroeder finds Diallo. 4 on the shot clock. Overhealed. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And the Thunder making a switch here. Robertson, he's checked in. And a change for Sacramento. Jabari Parker's checked in for Giants. Joseph against Schroeder. Bazemore on the wing. Back to Hield. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Diallo. Excellent D there from Parker.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the shot goes in.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. It's Muscala, top of the key. No good on that one. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. And some changes here for the Kings. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Corey Joseph.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Schroeder takes it off the glass.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
And it's Fox with the jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And it's Schroeder missing. Now the Kings with it. They're on a 12-4 run.
Well, they've been striving towards it for years now, and the Kings are finally one of the premier up-tempo teams.
Well, it works for them when you have a guy like De'Aaron Fox out there to blast off on any possession. You surround him with great shooters in Bogdanovich and Field. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense on a nightly basis throughout the course of a regular season.
Paul's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Bogdanovich following the basket by Chris Paul.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Harry Giles is checked in for Parker. Here's Robertson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, I like watching Robertson get involved in the offense, especially when he gets down there. Nice soft touch down on the inside.
Fox. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
Al Paul. Harrison Barnes missing on the three. Misses from close range.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now, here's Fox. He's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Pass to Giles. Outside, Fox. Shot, high post. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Giles has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guy?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. De'Aaron Fox was on fire in the first half. He had 12. Thanks for joining us.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. De'Aaron Fox out there with Giles. Then there's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Bielitsa in at the 4 spot.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And the rejection by Holmes. Here's Fox. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And even though he stands 6'10", Holmes plays taller than that.
He does, mostly, Kevin, because of that length. I mean, he stretches out and uses that quick jump and can block some shots and deter a few guys from trying to do some things offensively.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Danilo Gallinari unable to get his last shot to go. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox Fox has got his 3rd assist on the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Just love to see Chris Paul operate in that area. Slows himself down. Great balance. That's one of his many strengths.
Here's Fox. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Gallinari.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Sacramento also making some changes. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Jabari Parker comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Buddy Hield in for Harry Giles.
Whenever Schroeder sees a hole in the defense, he is ferocious in how he exploits it.
Hield kicks to Fox. The pass to Len. Money from the wing. Len's got his first 2 points of the night. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And the Kings making a change here. Joseph's checked in. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. And stolen by Noel. Here's Schroeder. Rebound by the Kings.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? They can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. Now here's Noel after the miss from Buddy Hield. 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Here's a look at what's coming up now for the Sacramento Kings. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for their matchup with the Magic, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Ferguson, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now, here's Joseph. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And that's just carelessness there. You have got to have your head in the game.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Diallo. Then for the Kings, Bielitsa comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Joseph. Robertson with it. He's covered by Bogdanovic. And he lobs it up toward the rim, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Hield dishes the Len. Oh, Hield in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Bielitsa. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one is on Hield.
Yeah, you got to be careful with Schroeder. He's explosive. He's good at finding his way to the line because he uses that quickness well.
Schroeder hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Bogdanovic passes to Fox. Back to Holmes. It's Bielitsa, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Sacramento Kings holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now here's Paul. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here is Bielitsa. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot
which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander following De'Aaron Fox's three-point attempt. He lobs it up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
No good on that one. He's off on the second. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
yes.
And you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the player.
Just 5 to shoot. Dort misses.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Bogdanovich passes to Fox. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Finding more and more ways is De'Aaron Fox to score the basketball. That time gets contact.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Jabari Parker comes in for Bielitsa. Corey Brewer's checked in for Barnes. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Bogdanovich. Now, here's Robertson. Pass to Nader. Now, here is Muscala. He's tightly guarded. Here's Baisley. Knocks down the 10-footer. Baisley's got his first points of the game. There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up. And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
A lot of reminiscing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Farrell kicks it to Bazemore. Here's Brewer. Kept alive. Len dishes to Parker. Trying to get open is Len. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
So it's Sacramento now. The Thunder making the shot. And it's Baisley with the rebound. To the middle. The 9-foot shot. Again, the Thunder score.
Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Parker. And the shot is long. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge,
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
we've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA.
It's NBA basketball on 2K. Quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. Of course, there's the Timberwolves. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And you know, for the Thunder, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. We've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot.
Out of bounds. And, you know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Houston.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Back to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
The Timberwolves with a quick start to this game. It's a 3-point game. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
And that's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
Ball finds Gallinari, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Rebound, Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
A nice shot by Gallinari. Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the moves, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 6 to shoot. Pass to Beasley. Timberwolves passing it around. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And it's Towns missing. So the Thunder, their last game, a loss to the Utah Jazz. The lob to Gallinari. The offensive rebound. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Nobody sliding over in time to stop Towns. I mean, the speed is deceiving for a guy with his size.
Ball against Russell. Releases. It's not going to go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Out to Russell. There's the three. The rebound by Steven Adams. And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan Gomez. That is his first foul of the game. 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Schroeder. The Thunder with another miss.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
It's been all about... All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
on his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Oklahoma City right now, Muscala is out there with Ferguson. Then it's Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in at the 2. Here's Layman. 9-point game his last outing. Noel. Off target from outside. Under trailing by 9. Under passes to Muscala. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Layman, pass to Johnson. Kicks to Culver. And it's Layman in the corner. Three-pointer. Ferguson with the rebound.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Schroeder uses the glass to finish the layup.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Passes it to Culver. Here's Reed over Noel. Reed misses.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. Robertson, he's checked in for Diallo. Minnesota leading by 7. Pass to Layman. To the left side wing. Now the pass to Johnson. The Thunder pull it in. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Muscala, the pass to Noel. He can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Noel, defended by Robertson. We've talked about footwork, but player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, his use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard has got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. Not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
Now, here's Culver after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. There's 1:40 left in the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And a change for the Timberwolves. Okogie's checked in for Culver. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Robertson. And count it from 19 feet away. Robertson's got his first basket of the night.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Ball against Russell. Passes it to Okogie. Back to Russell. Outside, Towns. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Adams. Goes back up. Towns, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Paul outside. The 3 ball. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. 36 seconds left in the first half of the game. Gallinari wide open. Nailed from three-point land. And now just a 4-point Timberwolves lead. From deep. Russell, no good. And Adams has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Towns wide open. And it falls over the rim and in. Towns has got 16.
And, you know, defensively, you have to try something different. I mean, Towns has been lighting you up all night.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Minnesota on. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He had 16 points. And that's a wrap. With
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. A baseline J. That one wide left. Timberwolves leading by 5.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough. You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
Now, here's Adams. And here's the fast break. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Here's Russell. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Back to Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Tell you what, it should absolutely be illegal for a 7-footer to be able to leave the ground that fast, but Towns has made it legal.
And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. And beginning his career with the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
To the inside. It's deflected.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Inside, Reed. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Clark, last couple years, the 3-point shot has been absolutely huge, a gigantic weapon for a lot of teams. You live by it, you die by it. Some teams can accept, though, the ramifications of a bad shooting night.
Yeah, I think it's too big a premium not to really overweight the 3-point shot. A 50% premium on that particular field goal when it goes down. But I do like to see balance. Attacking the rim, spacing the floor. I love to see guys and teams shoot the mid-range shot as well. But the 3-point shot and the way teams use it and shoot it is here to stay for sure.
Thunder trailing by 14. That's a 2 from Ferguson, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Ferguson's got his first bucket in this one.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Johnson, the pass to Reed. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the score by Oklahoma City. Out to the wing, Noel drains the 3-pointer. And the Timberwolves lead by 13.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Ferguson. There's the triple. Reed with the rebound. And here we go. Moving it up. And stolen by Diallo. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
The great assessment, good report, thank you so much. And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Thunder making the shot, kicks to Johnson. Just 3 to shoot. And that one is off. And the Thunder going the other way now. Now Diallo, he averages a bit over 6 points a game. Pass to Ferguson. From deep 3-point range, Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Layman. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Layman's got 6.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Johnson right side. Lays it up off the glass.
big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And so it's Minnesota. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
You should never get beat like that in training.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Adams in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defense is right there. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Okogie. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Towns down low. Adams defending. And Towns gets it to go.
Beast mode in the painted area. Karl Anthony Towns. Hard to match up with him. His size and skill set, top level.
Gallinari, the open look. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Russell from long range. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Ball against Beasley. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Chris Paul.
You know, it's really quite remarkable how well Paul operates on the inside. I mean, he's not just a perimeter player. I mean, if he can get in tight, he's going to do it.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Ryan Saunders told his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thank you, David. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Hernan Gomez passes to Okogie. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Here's George. A three-pointer is right on target. Now just a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
And, Greg, I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at it.
Down low. Here's Gallinari. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And Gomez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Russell with a wide open look. Drills it from outside. And it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
I guess Towns got a little bit of point guard in him. Big fella with a beautiful dime right there.
Lets a floater go, and he gets the bucket.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone.
Room service assist from Paul. Can't put the ball in a better spot. His vision, outstanding.
1:32 left to play here in the fourth. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
James Johnson checked in for Minnesota. Here's a Kobe. Fires from the wing. And that one's good. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you look at Towns, and he's very good in the in-between game. Can knock those shots down consistent. You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Here's Johnson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
Okogie, good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Paul against Russell. He dishes it to Towns. To the wing right side. Out to Russell. From outside the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball. And now it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
2 points, that one goes.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Offline. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.